This is He Said, She Said, brought to you by the Urban Breakdown Podcast.
Number one, baby.
Mercedes, let's go. He said, she said, what did they say? He said, she said, what did they say? He said, she said, what did they say? He said, she said, check out what they say. What did he say? What did he say? What did she say? What did she say? What did he say? What did he say? What did she say? What did she say? Hey. And welcome to another episode of He Said, She Said with Odie, Mercedes, and F. Christopher Blue. Today's topic, Zodiac signs. And not the Zodiac killer, but if you don't protect yourself in 2018, it might as well be the Zodiac killer. Watch out now. Odie, what you got?
Brother. Okay, so it's no secret that I am one of the biggest Beyonce fans, if not the biggest Beyonce fan, you know. And one of my favorite songs that she's ever done is Signs. And basically I like to call that song like that's basically like the ABCs of the Zodiac sign. So if I need to ever remember like the order, she's literally singing the order. So if you know that song, great. You already know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up. I think it would be really helpful, especially after talking about the Zodiac signs today.
Okay.
All right. So before we kind of jump into things, one of the other things that just kind of prompted this is just general discussions about the cosmos and how they play a role in our everyday lives. So how do you guys feel? Like, are you a believer? Are you one of those people that are like, that's bullshit? I just call bullshit. You just happen to find commonalities in people and you kind of went running with it, whoever the they are? Or like, where do you fall in that spectrum? Mercedes, like, what do you think?
For me, I feel that as far as the Zodiac, and especially how it explains how people are, their personalities, traits, and things like that. For the most part, I would say it's about 70% right. But you know, people and individuals are different. So there are some people who are completely different. I have a friend that's an Aquarius, just like I am, and she and I are nothing alike at all. But then I got other homeboys that are Zodiac, you know, Aquariuses, and other homegirls that are Aquariuses, and we vibe the same. But so everybody's different.
Do you think, is she more of an Aquarius than you are, or are you more of the Aquarius?
No, I am. Me and my other friends are. She's not.
Well, okay.
She kind of, and then she's not one of those Aquariuses that's, you know, born on the borderline of Capricorn.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna ask.
She's either. No, she's like February 5th or something like that. And she's totally different. Like, she's totally different. And I'm just like, you know, I'm closer to Pisces than she is, but I'm on the 13th or whatever. And, but no, she's just different. Nothing bad at all. It's just that we never agree, whereas I agree with all my other, you know, friends that are alike. But when it comes down to compatibility and relationships, for some reason, for me, it has been true. It was my most compatible Zodiac sign supposed to be Scorpio, and so far, that's what it's been. I don't know why I can't get along with anybody else but Scorpios. I don't know why. And most of my children are Scorpios, and dating Scorpio and stuff like that. It's just Scorpios just work for me. And it's like a balance, because my personality, for the most part, when it comes down to a lot of people, it can be a lot for some people, but they accept me. So it works.
Very interesting you say that. I was joking with my coworker, you know, obviously Valentine's Day just passed, and I was joking with him. He was leaving to go on a date with his wife, and I said, look, you know, I know you love your wife, but for the love and the sake of all humanity, please don't procreate with your wife today, because the world doesn't need any more Scorpios. That was my thing.
Hey, you know what? My sister's a Scorpio, and I told her a similar joke. She was like, so why would you say that? Because we're awesome. I'm like, y'all are weird.
Yeah.
Y'all are really weird. They're very different, but they're kind of reserved people. And I'm saying this, and my children are downstairs, and I can hear one of them arguing with the other. And I'm just like, oh God, like, they're very different, but they're all pretty much the same. They all have that same reserved, kind of like a observant, like, posture against other people. They're very like, okay, well, let me just sit back and watch before I interact. All of them are like that. So, and me, I'm very eccentric. I'm loud. I'm crazy. I'm outgoing. People tend to flock to me. where they're kind of like behind me, kind of watching, But I vibe with my Scorpios for some reason. I don't know what it is. Oh, and my Libras too. Yeah,
Yeah, I like
Libras,
Libras.
Scorpios.
I
Yeah,
like Libras.
I have one Leo friend that's like my best friend, and then my other best friend, female, well, Brittany or whatever, she's a Libra. And between the two of them, it's funny. She's a Libra, and I love her to death. My granddad's a Libra, a couple other Libras, but my mom's a Libra, and we vibe totally different than I do with other Libras. I'm like, this Libra. Maybe it's because she's mom. I don't know. That's probably what it is.
Okay, so you said we got Mercedes, you're an Aquarius, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is like my go-to app for reading my horoscope. Some days it's really, really scary how accurate it is. And I know people say that like, oh, well, you're just looking for something. But Virgo, I'm going to preface this by saying Virgos are probably the most practical out of all the signs. We don't like kind of overthink things. We're very logical people. So I understand like the smarts in me, the intelligence in me says like, oh, zodiac signs are bullshit. But then at the same time, like sometimes they're just on target. So anyway, I say all this to say, just let me know what parts of the sign characteristics of the Aquarius make sense for you.
Okay.
All right. It says Aquarius has a very strong and dominant personality. Above all things, the sign seeks the truth. Aquarians are tolerant to every point of view and can see both sides of an argument. They are independent, and from time to time, it is in their nature to seek out alone time. On the other hand, Aquarians can be true extroverts. So that kind of goes to what you were saying about being loud, crazy, interacting. Their great desire to help humanity enables them to make friends very, very easily. Their high-minded personalities, ideals, and values make them overly demanding of others. If they become disappointed in someone, they can never truly forgive or forget. They are by nature very tolerant, so they can learn to be more forgiving if they so choose. And then it basically goes on to say of like, I mean, it's like a super long explanation, but how many of those things are accurate with your way of life?
All of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it pretty much describes me to a T. It's like I said, there's I've also read others that are like, that all Aquariuses are not the same, but for the most part, yeah, like I said, I've only probably met one that has a different personality, but that pretty much sums it up. Pretty much. 100%.
How about you, Blue? Like, what you think? You think you call bullshit?
Nah, I know Mercedes. That's it.
It is. Interesting.
That's
all right. What's your sign, Blue?
Capricorn.
Capricorn. The second adjective already stands out to me. But it says the stable, serious, and confident Capricorn is a natural goal setter who accomplishes a lot when working under definite guidelines.
Of course, yeah, I can see that. I can see
that. That was just him right there.
Right, I shouldn't even keep going. But it also goes on to say Capricorns, above all, love structure and order. They can be quite stubborn as well as determined and ambitious. Very true. They can be.
They like order, but he's kind of all over the place.
Yes.
He tries to have order.
It's orderly chaos. It's orderly chaos.
There you go. That's exactly.
As long as he understands it, that's all that matters.
I can dig it. But right now, I'm not digging it. But I'm also bipolar, so that kind of feeds into it. So.
Okay. Can be quite stubborn as well as determined and ambitious, can be very pessimistic, melancholic, and even unhappy. So they should, on a regular basis, make a point of using positive affirmations and other empowering techniques to maintain a happy disposition. They need to learn that not everything is under their control and that it's fine from time to time to relax and let go of their worries. I have been telling you that for the past 3 years.
Yep.
That is
crazy. Him. That is him.
That is.
That is like 100%. Yeah.
What's your sign?
I am a Virgo.
Let's hear Virgo.
So Virgos, just to put it in some perspective, like I don't know if you guys track like celebrities or people that you can like relate to that are also of your sign, but just for the record, famous Virgos: Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Kobe Bryant, the GOATs. That's all I gotta say. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I'll let you do the math. But this is what we have to say about Virgos, or what Daily Horoscope has to say. They say Virgo is a zodiac sign represented by a female. Virgos are therefore delicate and sensitive, yet at the same time, they can be critical and picky. Virgos may appear cold as there is a tendency to hide emotions and suppress natural kindness, although deep down they are warm and loving. Virgos always pick a logical and practical approach to all aspects of life, which contributes to many of them being quite successful and independent. Although Virgos may appear cold, I love how they keep like rehashing this shit. But anyway, Virgos may appear cold, they feel deeply and are in fact very reliable in all of their relationships. They will be glad to lend you a helpful hand if they get past the mask. This makes a Virgo a very desirable friend and mate.
Yeah, I can see that.
Fair?
I see a lot of truth in that, especially that first paragraph.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know a lot of Virgos personally, but my oldest kid's dad, that's pretty much him. He's an asshole, but that's him. So, yeah.
It's like it's just kind of like a balance. It's like I've been accused a lot of like not giving a fuck. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I'm not gonna focus on like what I perceive to be dumb shit. It's like, like so it gets misconstrued as like, oh, you don't have feelings or like you're a cold bitch. Like my mother's been called those things.
She a Virgo too?
We have the same birthday.
Wow.
We have the same birthday. My father, when I was born, his thing to her was, oh, you've met your match. Like that's gonna be who you butt heads with forever. I mean, even though my mother and I get along very well, but arguing with me is like arguing with herself. So, it's very interesting. We have the same birthday.
Yeah, I know Pam. Yeah, she good people.
Yeah, my mom is good people. So she is I will say Virgos in general, actually funny enough, my mother, she has had two loves in her life. Her first husband and my father, same birthday. Taurus. Taurus man.
Okay.
And what we know about Taurus, hello. So that's going to bring us to the compatibility factor. So let's say, all right, so Virgo and Taurus. Let's see what they say about the two of them together. So I can avoid the heartache, I guess, right now.
There you go. Yeah, go ahead and knock them out the list. I know not to. What's your birthday? Oh, no. Sorry, sir.
No, thank you. I always think like, what old song was that where they were talking about, like, hey girl, what's your sign? Like that used to be the move. Like, hey girl, what's your sign? Like, yeah, we might have to go back to that. But Virgo and Taurus, when these
it was one of those Temptation songs.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it right now. It might have been called Zodiac, or it was Tyrese. These are the signs.
No, like even older than that. Like I think it was like Temptations era type music. But
hello, my name is Beto, and I'm a Virgo.
And I can do this girl. Shit, as a matter of fact, I think that was Teddy Pendergrass's song. Yeah, when he was with the Blue Notes. That's exactly what it was.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, before he went solo.
You know what? I have no idea what you guys are talking about with that one.
Ask your mama.
I'm gonna have to pull mama out on that one.
Oh yeah. All right. So Virgo and Taurus, when these two meet, this is love at first sight. You have a lot in common. Both of you are down to earth and materialistic. That's weird. Okay. And you share high intellect pursuits. Both of you are stay-at-home people who love comfort. Virgo and Taurus are practical and share responsibilities when combined in a relationship. Virgo will take care of expenditures, while Taurus cautiously caters to other miscellaneous activities. Devotion is vital in this combination, where Taurus is strong emotionally and very nurturing as well. Virgo really appreciates his gesture, is patient, and this places both of you in charge of the relationship. The major priority to both these signs is managing finances, and if done properly, you'll have a successful marriage. Financial misunderstandings rarely affect this combination. That's a damn lie, because my dad was terrible with money. Both feel relaxed if only there's enough money to sustain personal needs. Okay, being practical is essential. Basically goes on to talk about that other shit. So I think Virgos are just those kind of people, though. We probably get along with most. The only ones I have not gotten along with historically are Scorpios. Not for a relationship. And there's like one girlfriend that I have that's a Scorpio, and she's great people, but would I want to date one? Probably not.
I think when it comes down to finances and stuff outside of the zodiac, it has a lot to do with upbringing. So your dad may have been
Absolutely.
bad with finances, but your her other husband might have been great with him because he was brought up different. So every aspect of that is, I think that's based on circumstance and upbringing. That's just my opinion, but
Thanks. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
none of
so
my
weird.
other, when it comes to Aquarius and Scorpio, none of my other situations. My oldest kid's dad was a Virgo, and then my ex-husband was a Cancer, and that Cancer Aquarius thing does not work. Every zodiac
Mm.
compatibility thing that I've read has been terrible, but Aquarius Scorpio works just fine.
So I'm curious. Okay, so let's see what it says though about. You said Aquarius and Cancer.
Yeah, it was terrible. It
Okay.
didn't.
All right, let's see what kind of gems they're dropping for that combination. It says it's in the nature of Cancer to be very sensitive and nurturing, while Aquarius is not quite in touch with emotions and is more intellectual in their outlook on life.
I can see that.
Interesting. Okay. Aquarius chooses thoughts over emotions. The Aquarius enjoys various social group activities such as interacting with friends. This sign can be very spontaneous, which is somewhat destabilizing for Cancer. Therefore, you can expect anything from Aquarius. You will be the nurturing and understanding one in this relationship. You will cater to any emotional needs Aquarius has. This is talking about Cancer, obviously. You enjoy getting away from the hassles and bustles of life to unwind, while the idea of a leisurely getaway for Aquarius is to go for a social event. To avoid clashing over this, it's advisable to look for a middle ground, which will satisfy both of you. When the two of you can finally agree on something, it's impossible to keep you apart. Any business venture that may be initiated between you is likely to prosper because of good cohesion on the business front. Both of you are innovative and thus capable of imposing new ideas to grow a business. Aquarius and Cancer have a certain ability that allows them to face situations head on without any fear or prejudice.
Maybe he was just a different type of Cancer because he was not nurturing.
Okay, well,
He
that's
was
fair.
not. Everything that you read
Maybe
off, it
because he
sounds
was
more like my
maybe
Aquarius
because he
Scorpio
was so
situation.
abrasive in the relationship,
Yeah.
and therefore he was put off by it, so he couldn't be nurturing. You know what I'm saying? He had to be. He had to put on a facade. You got to think we
Could have been.
contribute to the behaviors and actions of others based on what we
Yeah,
do.
sometimes like relationships are like people are just reacting to
Right.
the same energy, basically. Like you better have
That
that.
sounded more. That sounded more like the situation I'm in now, like Aquarius Scorpio more so. I don't know. It just didn't sound like, because he was not nurturing at all. Like he was ugh, just rude and mean and standoffish, and I don't remember very much about the relationship. Once you've been apart from someone, you kind of get rid of those,
Yeah.
bad things. I don't remember that much about him anymore. But I just remember, like, I know that sounds
Yeah,
terrible.
I know what she means though when she says that, because
Yeah,
for me it's like people tend to kind of
Fuck
romanticize.
you. Forgotten.
No, like I think people like fuck up. Where they fuck up is they try to romanticize what it was, and then like, oh, I really miss like when we used to go to the movies and like stroll in the
yeah.
park and
I don't
shit.
do that.
And then as soon as you get back in a relationship, if you decide to give it another go, then you're like, this is
Oh,
exactly
I
why I stopped
remember.
fucking with you. Like,
Yeah.
oh my
Exactly.
god, like no, I
Yeah,
know exactly what she's talking about.
yeah. It wasn't even the least bit appealing to me. And with him, I was like, he'll never change. So when I finally moved on, it's been 3 years now. I am happy where I am moving forward. It just was one of those situations where no matter what, you can't just go back just because, I remember the good times.
Right.
Well, during the good times, you were doing other stupid stuff like sitting in that same movie theater, texting some other hoe. Got to remember everything about the aspect of who he was. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Right.
no, now that's not. I'm not gonna say like if the situation I'm dealing with now doesn't work, I won't venture towards another Cancer or anybody else for that matter, because I can accept anybody. But
Precisely.
but it's more so that individual, never ever again. Thank you for giving me my beautiful babies. Bye. So that's about it for me. But yeah,
How you feel, Blue?
I,
Any ones that you let slip through your fingers? Any zodiac signs stand out? You're like, damn.
what
I
app do you use to for the compatibility?
This is a daily horoscope. So it
Okay.
does a good job. It sends push notifications. It actually like tells you your daily horoscope, which for you, Mercedes, you might be interested to know. Um,
Am I
let's
gonna win $1 million? Eventually,
I
I'm gonna
hope
be a
so.
millionaire.
I hope so.
Don't forget about your boy
I
and his
know.
student
Go ahead and
loans.
cut me
You
a
know what I'm
little
saying? A
slice.
student loans, just a little something, a little.
Give me a little $5.
120,000. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying? I can take care of the rest.
Oh.
See, I just wanted $5 for lunch or something. Like, I'm not greedy. Whatever.
He trying to get debt free.
Right, right.
Yeah, like, hey, hook me up.
All right. So, what does it say? You may not be getting the attention and encouragement you thought you would receive for a good deed, Capricorn. In fact, others may see your efforts as unnecessary or foolish. Wait, you're an Aquarius, right?
I'm Capricorn.
No, okay.
I'm an Aquarius.
Gotcha. Okay. In fact, others may see your efforts as unnecessary or foolish. While this may be discouraging, it is not a true reflection of your vision or your efforts. You have already looked into your heart, and this felt right to you. What others feel about it is irrelevant. Keep pursuing your mission, and when it's complete, others will also see the wisdom of your ways.
Yeah, I could see that.
What's it talking about? You want to share? You want to share with the
I'm starting
class?
a new, I went ahead and started my new business venture, an American Underground. I'm having an tentative office space.
You do have a huge vision,
So, electronic medical record, curriculums, trainings, videos and music. And 2018, 2017 was a big hiccup for me. If anybody y'all know, big hiccup. And it nearly derailed my whole career, my whole lifestyle, everything about it. Because, one person of the opposite persuasion tried to fuck me. But in the end, they fucked themselves. That's just life had to go, because I'm God's child and God looks out for his. And
now you ain't never lied about that.
And I'm on the right path, doing the right things, and I'm making big
things
happen.
Saying?
I'm taking up
what's
everything
the saying
I was supposed to do last year, combined with everything I'm doing this year. It's a big year. They be like, "Damn, Felipe doing too much." Hey, I got to catch up because there's too much talent in here: music, video, photography, writing, training, curriculums, my mental health stuff. You know what I'm saying? My eclectic media stuff. My nonprofit stuff. I mean, do now or do never.
It's crazy that you say that. The practical Virgo in me always is the podcast is fun, but that's it. For me, I'm not trying to dream too big because that's just not in my nature. But I really do admire that about you. You always make us feel like we're gonna blow the fuck up, and it's not that I'm even here.
I'm waiting
because I believe it, but it's I do admire that because I don't see it in myself. That's all.
Well, look at it. You got grammatically right and correct. Help me out. Grammatically correct. I mean, that's a big adventure. I mean, because how many people actually say, "I'm really good at this. Let me move it forward." Yeah, it may not be manifesting the cash manifestations you want it to be now, but you keep doing it. You keep working at it. You keep advertising and marketing it. It will be. I admire anybody that has a dream and move forward. Mercedes wasn't even looking at acting and modeling maybe 3 years ago. Now she's all in. You know what I'm saying? 5 movies in 3-4 months? You know what I'm saying? That's big. You know what I mean?
I just need my credit so I can, get SAG certified.
There you go. IMDb and start adding your shit. I've been in this, doing this. Get that IMDb popping.
And I just created my profile too. I got to I'm going to wait till I get done with these other movies though.
Right.
I got an IMDb profile, but it was... I got an extra credit. I was helping a friend out with a film, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been on.
I remember Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But no, you're doing it big. You'll be all right. It's too bad. I think recently they said Black Panther brought $90 million or some shit to the
Thursday.
No. $90 million to the overall Atlanta economy because that's where they filmed. They filmed in Atlanta and Korea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, just to be doing hair on that set or, be a
part of it.
Just to be a part of that experience. Mm-hmm. And even if you're an extra, I was like, damn, I wish I could have just been an extra. That would have been dope.
May not even got paid much, but it would have been a credit.
It would have been. I would have been that's my little coattail right there.
And I remember working with Felicia when she first wrote the script. I was just kind of the extra. I really didn't have many lines, but all of a sudden I became Mean Girl Michelle, and I was part of the crew. And then now I'm the main character in Ugly Friend and the what's the other movie? Untimely Reunion. So, and I'm not even necessarily an extra, and I used to love her, but I'm one of his exes. So, the main character is the guy Sincere. But the point is, I went from that to here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's exciting, and like you can't forget where you started because I mean, even Wesley Snipes started indie. You got to start.
Right.
Yeah.
And to me, the indie movies are better than commercial ones anyway, with the exception of Black Panther, of course.
I got to see it. I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh, I ain't
I got to
seen
see
it
it.
either. I gotta see it. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, guys. So let's see what else we got for Mercedes.
Oh, I didn't get to talk about my sexual experiences. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. Wrong topic today.
But what I'm saying is, the best relationship,
Yeah,
all encompassing, it was with what's September 4th? What's that?
that would be a Virgo. Ding,
That's
ding,
it
ding.
right there. That was it right there, yo. That was crazy. The sex was off the chain. The relationship was off the chain. We always did things together. We meshed well. It was like we were both two creative forces doing crazy creative things.
Let me ask you this real quick, just about that. Was your Virgo love? Was she very like prudish, like in public, but then like sexually, it was like a whole different person? I've been accused of this. I'm telling on myself basically, but like I'm definitely like one of those people where I'm perceived one way in public, and I don't really like to talk about
Okay,
sex.
in public she was
except-
more like a homeboy. I mean, like we didn't have like PDA or anything like that per se. We might have held each other's hands maybe here or there,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's not really was our thing. But yeah, but like you said, in the bedroom or in private, you know what I'm saying, or with an intimate set
no
of
holds
friends.
bar.
Yeah, it was just whatever.
Yeah. Sounds accurate. At least from my experience, obviously.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that was the only Virgo I think I've ever dated. I can't remember anybody else. Oh no, I lied. And then there's one more. She was a poet. She is a poet. I'm sorry.
Oh, she probably
And
was in the Virgo then.
Poets are freaks.
That's another one. That was another one. Man, she was her energy, just her
When was her
emotive,
birthday?
her
Or do you
emotive
remember?
energy. Her birthday's the 9th. So her emotive energy was like boom, you know what I'm saying?
The 9th of September?
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
Virgo,
so
right?
she's still a Virgo, yeah.
Yeah, 9/9. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Check.
You're so stupid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I had a good experience with a Leo.
Mhm.
There were things that I didn't like about him, but there were things that I really liked about him. Funny enough, some of those things kind of overlapped in the same category. So like basically what I'm saying is some of the things I liked about him were some of the things I didn't like about him. The fact that he was such a like
Go get her.
no extrovert. Like he was Mr. Popular.
Oh,
So
he was Mercedes
Yeah.
on steroids.
it was nice sometimes. It was nice sometimes, but I felt like I was competing a little too much, like
To
for
get
his attention.
I
Yeah,
got
and
you.
I didn't like that. So that, I don't know. That was like my only experience. But like, am I like completely turned off from Leos? No, not really. But completely turned off from him. Yes.
Fuck him, right?
Fuck him. Yeah, it's cool. If I don't see you and I don't speak, I don't fuck with you.
Okay,
go
so
ahead,
like I guess it's to
Cardi.
finalize. I guess it's to finalize, kind of like to finalize all of this. What's the one zodiac sign that you would never venture back towards?
Never been.
Well, you think on it, and I say mine. Even though I am a Capricorn, I would never fuck with another
I honestly
Capricorn.
was gonna say the same thing. I would never fuck with another Virgo just because we both can't be
Right.
like the same.
Right.
Like I don't. Even I did date one Virgo. He was cool. But like we just can't be too similar.
Right.
Like
Right.
I just don't
Yeah,
want that. Like,
mine
I
would be
need to
Cancer.
Mhm.
balance me.
Mine would be Cancer and Aquarius. I've dealt with other Aquarians. And it's-
Mm.
And I actively seek out Virgos. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Hey.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Right. What are you saying?
That Virgos are the best. I'm just saying, like I said, Michael Jackson.
I beg to differ, but we're gonna.
The goats.
I beg to differ, but.
But that's all I had. So,
All right.
see you guys later.
Well, that concludes another episode of He Said, She Said, Zodiac Signs. And if you haven't already, download what's the app called?
Daily horoscope.
To get your daily horoscopes regarding your regular life and your love life. And I know people are like, who reads the Zodiacs? That's stupid. Ew, that sounds so immature, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I'm a professional therapist, and I'm like, Zodiac signs. But honestly, I look at the Zodiac, and I think it helps me think of things I wouldn't normally think to do in my normal daily routine. You know what I'm saying? It might say, oh, reconnect with an old friend. And on my own, I wouldn't have thought to reconnect with an old friend. You know what I'm saying? Let me call Charles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have thought to do that without reading that. It's like a prompt to do things I normally probably wouldn't do. Yeah, all the stuff is like this relates to that, and that makes it true. No, but if anything, it might be like a guide to life. And that's what I look at it. Is it like a guide or a prompter? And that's why I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Hey, agree.
All right.
She is. It's starting strong.
Yeah. Thanks, Seth.
In December, every sign has its own mode. I was in love with the Sagittarius. See the emotions he put me through. From Capricorn to Aquarius, they all got their different minds. The affection of a Virgo, which sign matches good with mine? I was in love with the Sagittarius. He blew my mind. He also had a flip side. Too much like a Gemini. He was freaking like a Taurus. The way he handled me, yeah. Flirtatious like an Aries. Which sign is best for me? Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, oh, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. I love all y'all. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, oh, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. I love all y'all. Not every song is a spirit, I promise. Does anyone know this song? Yes, we are. Oh my God. Thank you, Dangerously in Love. Hey guys, thank you so much for coming. Very intimate. It's like about as many of you out there as there are on stage. It's pretty cool. I like symmetry. So I want to introduce my singers. We got Jenny Christopherson. Kayla Bays. Garrett Lutz. I'm a Virgo. And Chris Logan. And here we go. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, oh, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. I love all y'all. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, oh, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. I love all y'all. So, for those of you who don't know, I am a Gemini. I actually just had a birthday this past Friday. Does anyone know anything about astrology? Do you guys know anything about Geminis? You want to shout out? Come on, shout out. Twins. What else? Any characteristics? Crazy, sure. Anything positive to say? It wasn't a birthday. Beautiful. I like you. Did you bring him, Jenny? Yeah. You can come home with me. So, great. It's going really well. I'm gonna read you guys some strengths. I'm not gonna do like too much talking tonight. It's gonna be like mostly music. I'm gonna try. We're here till 11. You guys are sleeping. So, some strengths of Geminis are energetic, sure, clever. Imaginative, witty. I can't write this shit, you guys. I found this in the very first Google search engine that I found, so you know it's reliable. And adaptable. Some weaknesses, superficial. Obviously, look how good looking my friends are. Impulsive, my mom can attest to that. Restless, you're gonna see me like shaking up here, but that's just because of the coke I did before I came here. Devious. I guess I'm like a little tiny gremlin. And indecisive. That's pretty accurate. It's like you guys can get to know me a little. Yeah, Amber knows that. You guys can get to know me a little bit more. Just a little bit about Gemini. We'll talk a little bit more about it.